and welcome to another episode of the Cold Bananas Show. I'm John Hanson.
I am Michael Olinger.
In this episode, we're going to look at some August movie releases, starting with a hybrid comedy and actioner starring Mila Kunis and Kate McKinnon called The Spy Who Dumped Me.
Yeah.
It starts August 3rd.
Yeah, so this movie, to be completely honest, it looks very, very, very generic. But Kate McKinnon is some sort of unbelievable, comedy god. She's been the best part of Saturday Night Live for the last several seasons. She's one of the funniest people on the planet. Everything she touches becomes funnier than it would have been without her. She was the best part of the all-female Ghostbusters movie, which I actually kind of liked. And so for that reason alone, this movie gets a 5 out of 10 at least just from her presence. It looks like it has something of a generic premise, but it could be cool. Mila Kunis is good. All of that, I boosted another banana on the excitement meter. But it's a 6 out of 10, I'd say, for me, and 5 of those bananas go to Kate McKinnon. So, yeah.
All right, also opening August 3rd, Christopher Robin starring Ewan McGregor and his stuffed animals.
Yes, Winnie the Pooh. This is continuing Disney's trend of, hey, it worked in animation, so let's do it in live action. They did it with Cinderella. They kind of did it with Maleficent. They did it with The Jungle Book. They did it really successfully with Beauty and the Beast. And this is continuing that trend. I loved Winnie the Pooh as a kid. But to be completely honest, this just looks kind of... it looks cute, but it's hard for me to get really enthused about it. If I do eventually see it, I'll see it on a discount Tuesday in the middle of the week, when it's not out of my way to see it. It's not something that's calling out for me to rush to see. It looks interesting. I don't know that there's a particular reason for it to exist other than there's money to be made in turning animated product into live action. So I'd give it probably a 3 out of 10.
Okay. Up next, The Meg, which is an adaptation of a 1990s novel by Steve Alton, which I remember got a lot of hype, but wasn't that great. And now, 2 decades later, he's catching in again with a movie adaptation, and it looks like they're leaning into the silliness of this one.
Oh yeah, and that's part of what makes me excited about this movie is that Jason Statham as a marine biologist is the most ridiculous casting since Denise Richards as a nuclear physicist in The World Is Not Enough. When I see Jason Statham, I think many, many things. Respected scientist is not on the list, nor does it belong on the list, but here he is, respected scientist Jason Statham, which is almost funnier than the fact that you have a shark the size of a nuclear submarine in the movie. I have followed... I never read the book, but I remember reading on, the Internet 1.0, 1990s version of the Internet, they were always almost going to make The Meg into a movie for, the last 20 years.
Yep.
And the casting was always, I think they were looking at John Cusack once for the lead, and the lead was always going to be dweeby, nerdy people to play the lead, and I don't know why when they finally got around to it they picked Jason Statham. It looks so stupid and so fun. This is going to be hopefully, if it's not boring or if it's not just so paint by numbers that it can't be enjoyed even on an ironic level. This is just going to be a dopey fun time at the movies, I think. And so I would probably say I would give this a 7 out of 10 bananas. Looking forward to it, yeah.
Okay. Also opening the same day, August 10th, BlacKkKlansman, which seems like from the title that it's an adaptation of the Dave Chappelle skit. But I'm guessing it's not.
No. BlacKkKlansman is about... It's the true story of a black police officer and a Jewish police officer who teamed up to infiltrate the Klan under David Duke. And it is directed by Spike Lee, and it looks like it is going to be very, very intelligent, racially charged, also like actually surprisingly funny. And they have Topher Grace playing David Duke. They have Kylo Ren himself, Adam Driver, playing the Jewish cop, and the trailers just look insane. And if I'm not mistaken, this movie has sort of taken the film festival circuit by storm, and has been getting pretty well rave reviews. This is the best reviews that Spike Lee has seen since maybe 25th Hour. And so I'm definitely really, really, really looking forward to this and seeing what he can do, because when Spike Lee is on his game, you can almost never find anything more visceral and arresting in terms of entertainment, and this looks like he's on his game. So yeah, I'd say this is probably a 9 out of 10 for me.
Okay. And speaking of movies with evocative titles, also in August we have the Happytime Murders, which opens August 17th. And it features a lot of puppets in it, and kind of reminds me at first glance of the season 5 Angel episode, Smile Time. Loaded comedy cast for this one.
Yeah, and what jumps to mind for me, I'm not familiar with Angel, unfortunately. There was a Peter Jackson movie called Meet the Feebles that was an R-rated movie with all puppets, and this sort of put me in mind of that. It looks interesting. The trailer has its high points and its low points. I'm interested in it because it's an R-rated murder mystery with puppets, and it's directed by Jim Henson's son, of all people. And of course, as we've explored on my from my point of view before, I'm incredibly forgiving of anything that has Melissa McCarthy in it. And she's the lead in this. So I'm interested to see what she can do acting opposite puppets. I'm interested in seeing if this is, like, it seems like from the trailer that this could fall into being a one-joke movie. But I'm interested to see if they're able to transcend that. So I would say that this is probably a 7 out of 10 for me.
Okay. So not the most loaded month of movies we've ever seen, but there might be a couple hidden gems in there. BlacKkKlansman could be great. The Meg could be a lot of fun. So we'll check it out, and we hope you do too. Thanks for joining us for this episode. We'll see you next time.